So I'm doing mic checks. I got it to work so far. I got the Nintendo Switch running through OBS and live streaming. Now I'm not live streaming to my home page. I'm actually going to the Knowledge to Wisdom and YouTube and what's the third one? Twitch. So I got to just jump on real quick because I want to see how it comes out, and what I'm doing right and wrong as far as and I hate, y'all know how I feel about that right or wrong. It's actually wrong or righteousness, righteous, right? Wrong or righteous or correct. Wrong or correct is more digital. Wrong or righteous, now we talking about the laws of reasoning. But I'll get back to more of that game, group, and color theory. I'm just trying to see how this thing is running right now, you know. In fact, let me play around with this right here. Bear with me. This is Volothan Modulus Tautology, and I am playing the game of creating content. So here's what we'll do. We'll share this to my home page. Check me out. Check me out over here. So we'll see how that goes, and if they can check me out over there, because right now I'm live streaming from the Knowledge and the Movement. Now that's a group that I first kind of started with over here, and then that's when I got to go. What's up, Hefe Hispaniola, Hefe Hispaniola. I gotta get his name right. Me, Hefe, Rashawn, I forget the other kid's name, and then a kid, and what's my kid name? Anthony. He's doing good. He had a little seed, so he's doing the daddy thing already. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I first joined Facebook, he might have been 17 or 16 or 17. And now he's, you know what I mean, he's a young man. Like, he got a kid and everything. I know he's near Texas and Arizona, somewhere out there. So shout out to him. And you know, the other boy Jay or whatever, you know what I mean, he blocked me. Well, I blocked him because, you know, when I first came on, everybody wanted to rap battle. It was rap battle. When I first joined Facebook, and it's like, yo, man, I'm not here to rap battle nobody, right? Like, I get it as part of the culture, but right? It's who's trying to be the next Bigger and Tupac? Like, nah, that ain't the goal of hip hop, right? We started. That's why I'm sharing, you know, Rakim, the KRS-One, because they're the ones that, from the beginning, they was like, stop the violence, you know. It was Self-Destruction is actually the song. Self-Destruction, right? I got to start off with that already, huh? All right, here we go. All right, self-destruction. We're headed for self-destruction. We're headed for self-destruction. That's me trying to just jump in with a song, right? Not checking my BPMs in my mind before I, you know, figured out how to flow with it, you know. But we'll do the normal. All right, here we go. Because the Rakim is so smooth with it. It's like knowledge to begin until I finish this song. Because the rhyme gets rougher as the rhyme goes on. Sweat as you step about to get hype. Or should you just listen to the man on the mic? You're physically here with me, but how could you tell if it's meant to be hip hop if you're not mentally as well? Shout out to Water God TV. I wanted to share a little bit of him. Like, that's why I was kind of going on my political page. I'm gonna start just putting political stuff on the political page, right? Because that's all a rap battle was back in the 80s. It was who's the best MC. So it was, the legend has it is that Kool Moe Dee went up into the joint and seen Busy B on the mic and was like, I'm a better MC than Busy B. And then hence the first on stage, let's get it on rap battle began, right? And then that's when later on LL, like Kool Moe Dee kind of dissed LL, or LL was all cocky in his, I need love and wanting, claiming all the girls and stuff. So he had to put him in check. And LL came back and right? Not really, but LL's good people. I love L. I tease him because he goes down as the first like MC battle of champion kind of a thing, but we noticed he ain't really go toe to toe with Rakim, KRS-One, even though KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, they would throw shots at each other. I can't forget this KRS-One and Juice Crew. Oh, my bad. Well, I'll come back to his name in a second. Because I was talking about Big Daddy Kane, and I usually put Big Daddy Kane at the front of that movement. And rest in peace to Biz Markie, because Biz Markie should be the front man on that as well. But he looked just like LL and KRS-One at one time. The guy was clearly dressed as him and came back as LL and then dissed LL, but LL, I guess, ignored it, but then KRS-One apologized like LL's his daddy type thing. It's like, it's funny probably what goes on in the background with all these legends, because in the background they chilling, they chilling, they but whereas the mainstream media is what they want to call it now, they only want to promote us killing and shooting, and when I say us, I'm talking about foundational Black Americans, and hence our current problem is that every time we say foundational Black American, it's like no, because that means we're delineating from the African American, right? Because it's the narrative that Elon Musk is a white African American is quite ignorant. Because then the same would be true or said about Trevor Noah, for example. Like Trevor Noah is a white African American, but it's all about blackity black and 1% rule, and I already shared a little information on that, on how ignorant that was, because the 1% white rule doesn't hold the same weight, especially when you have deep brownish red skin like myself. So I give a lot of credit and pride and love to my Native American heritage and lineage. Like I go all the way back to year 0 in this country. And yes, Dennis Prager, Dennis. I always mention Dennis Prager because he's the one that got the school. He's the Jew with the school. And then it's like, well, you got hate speech on Jew now. Like, oh, here we go with the nonsense, right? I'm talking about the Blizzard King. And I'm trying to think of the other rapper that KRS-One first battle with. But that's how easy I can go all over the place because there's so many legends in the game. And that's kind of what I'm trying to hint towards when talking to the Pan-Africanist American. Because the Pan-Africanist American is it's kind of being hypocritical because when we're dealing with children, right? We're dealing with the children. We should just be on Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. I guess that's it, really. Like, Fred Hampton, who was a teenager when he, but when we all we talking about is all the leaders and how they try to be leaders for our communities, consciousness and culture, and how the government, right? How they just came in and started, right? And didn't act like they weren't involved in the murder of our spiritual leaders. That's the nonsense. That's what we're talking about. That's what makes us foundational Black Americans. Because we go all the way back to the 1870 constitutional amendments. That's when Black men first got the right to vote. It's first when Black men got the right to even run for Congress. That's when black men first got the, you know what I mean, a freedom really. Like you can't just arrest us for no reason. Like, you know what I mean? You had to give us equal treatment. So those three amendments was critical, and that's what made us go back and, hey, that means this First Amendment, the freedom of speech, that's you too. And for us to be in the current situation that we're in, is that every time I say foundational Black American, the computer blocks me. Black people, you know what I mean, Black Americans or Africans want to call me a racist. It's like, yo, man, you know you wouldn't say that in my face, right? Like, seriously, like y'all really getting away with some real disrespect, and it's corny because y'all online gangsters. But when you in somebody's face, and I'm explaining my lineage and how I go all the way back to ancient Black tribes, deep brown tribes here, and you wanna call me a hypocrite? Like, yo, like, seriously, dude, like you really gotta check on what you doing, what you saying. And yeah, I'm speaking specifically to the Africanist, the Pan-Africanist American. Talking about FBAs is nothing but coons and whatever that vote for Trump, right? No, we saying, Trump, you signed this thing called the Platinum Plan back in 2020. So now it's time for you to implement that. We're holding you personally accountable for making that possible, and that's what Barack Obama's supposed to be talking about. That's what he's supposed to be talking about, instead of bringing in more immigrants or crying because some immigrants are getting taken out of the country, especially if they're a bunch of damn criminals, right? I'm trying to say it as nice as I can, but I really don't care. But please hit the like button, subscribe, and share, because I am dropping jewels for you. Shout out to Water God TV. Shout out to Black Squad TV. Shout out to Jody Sykes, Made Good at B1 Politics. Yo, check their stuff out. They really know what they talking about. Mansa Musa. Like, I gotta write their names, everybody's names down, because I'm trying to do it off the top of the dome, because I'm just enjoying my game right now, man. You know what I mean? I'm playing Animal Crossing, and I can't wait till Tomodachi Island or Life come out, which is like a Kitty Sims game where I'm just gonna make my own little island. Yeah, it's gonna be like 85% black. You know what I'm saying? That white, not white privilege. What is it called? Well, they call it black fatigue. I'm gonna call it white fatigue. Like, you know what I mean? Because all the games I got is all white people. You know what I mean? It wasn't until like Final Fantasy VII that now you couldn't even create Barack or whatever his name is, Varric. You just had to play with him, and you know what I mean? He's a great character. Great character. I mean, the boy had a gun on his hand as a hand, right? Or he could change his arm to different guns. You know what I'm saying? I might have to share some Final Fantasy VII, but I've been doing my Dragon Quest, and in Dragon Quest you're dealing with all white characters, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? And then if you say anything like, hey, it would be cool if it was a more representation of brown people in the game. And then that's the same Pan-Africanist American saying, well, see, that's what you get for going, like, and then half of them hypocrites got snow bunnies on their arms, right? And when I say that, I'm not saying that out of disrespect over your girl. I'm saying snow bunnies is beautiful women too, right? No hate on the man that has a snow bunny on his arm. I love snow bunnies too, but God told me I only needed one woman to create a son. So, and I was blessed with a son, and you know what I mean? Like, he's really not into these games like this. I might play with some Splatoon with him later on. He's off, so we might play a little Splatoon tonight, and late night game of Splatoon. I might try to air some of it or whatever. We'll figure it all out. But I just had to jump on it to check my mic levels and all this stuff, and you know what I mean, and try to share stuff to different pages to let you know, hey, I'm still creating content. But over here on the knowledge and wisdom, yeah, I'm about to go all in, right? And and I gotta expose how the Pan-Africanist American isn't really your friend, right? They nothing but Democrat slaves, mental slaves, right? And then you got these ones that are aware of it, like the Divine Nine. They'll say, you know what I mean? Well, Tariq Nasheed owns the rights to the FBA flag, right? Which, you know what I mean? But they don't want to mention that the reason why it has the 1526 date on it, and why this year represents 500 years of warfare against our oppressors. So just because I'm going to hold Trump accountable for that what's the name plan that he promised us back in 2020, right? And don't tell me like he ain't gonna do nothing, because you obviously you're one of the ones that didn't vote for him. You voted for Joe Biden instead, who opened up the doors and created all this chaos and murder and death of our people. Look, I gotta check some of y'all right now. And I really don't care if y'all unfriend me. Yeah, my stats have been going down ever since I suggested that. You know what I mean? Well, I explained it again and again. Like, I voted for Jill Stein in 2016. Then 2020 came. Trump already was doing a good job. It's a waste of my time to go to Biden, who's lying his ass off about helping black people. And what he did was completely destroy our communities, right? Yes, Trump was saying the same thing Barack Obama was saying back in 2008 or whenever, when Obama first ran, about closing the borders. In fact, hold on, let me see if I can share some of that. How much time did I go? 17 minutes. Bear with me for a second, bro. Let's see here. What in the world is this?
To specify and put a grip in the building. Respect to you guys.
Little Tariq Nasheed while I try to set up the other channel.
Let everybody know that we are indeed live right now, ladies and gentlemen. So, midterms coming up, and just got to get everybody's mind right. As we see, the Democrat shills are starting to shill. They're shilling already. We're going to see a lot of Democrat shills come around. What we saw with the NFL Super Bowl, doing the whole Benetton thing, all these foreign flags, trying to mesh us all together with these foreign flags. That's propaganda. All that ties into the Shabuzi getting on stage yelling about America was built by immigrants' family. They're running a game on us. They're trying to collapse our identity into de facto immigrants. So we got to watch the play. We got to get ahead of it, family. What's up, brother Marak, Solon family in the building? What's up, brother Daniel? We got to watch what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. They're trying to make us, foundational Black Americans, comparable to immigrants. I want y'all to understand this. Watch the play. Our specific lineage keeps getting attacked, as we saw with ABC. They put out a very positive and constructive piece about our lineage.
Some of these immigrants
they did
said
a story
that
about FBA history.
Foundational Black
Some
Americans
made some phone calls and
are
had that snatched
just
down.
as bad as
That's
the colonizers.
That says
Think
a lot.
about that.
Says how powerful
Pan-African
our
American.
delineation is. Our delineation is extremely powerful. That shows how powerful we are. And we have to accept and walk into our power and utilize our power, ladies and gentlemen. Because the fact that we delineate, so many people are crashing out. They need us to be a boundaryless, undefined, generic group that they can extract resources and culture from. You see? So we're seeing a lot of Democrat shield talking points, every time we talk about our lineage, there's always this pushback. Now, all of these other groups, and I talked about this on TikTok the other day, the Super Bowl, these guys won. All of a sudden, you start seeing these dudes pull out Nigerian flags and Sierra Leone flags. I'm like, oh, what the hell? They start pulling flags out everywhere. And nobody bats an eye. Nobody calls that divisive. You're on American soil pulling out these foreign flags, but when we pull out the flag and talk about our lineage on the soil, that's so divisive. Oh, that's not inclusive. Oh, if the white man pulled me over and asked if I'm FBA, he just one boat stop away from the other place. We get all of this bullshit when we represent our own lineage. And again, we're seeing some DNC plays. I was on with Re-Ups earlier. They had the what's her name, the Dr. Allison lady, and you know, some of the conversation was cool, but she was doing some Democrat shilling. She was doing, you know, let's just keep it a buck. There was some Democrat shilling going on. Notice when people always try to Africanize everything we do is, well, y'all got that from Africa. She was arguing with the sister from New Orleans about gumbo. And let me shout out to my brothers and sisters in New Orleans. New Orleans people, they don't like these weird comparisons. People are always trying to remix and loan out the culture of New Orleans. New Orleans are foundational Black Americans. New Orleans culture is foundational Black American culture. They love talking about some damn gumbo came from Africa. If y'all don't stop. There's nothing comparable to gumbo in Africa. Egusi ain't the same as some damn gumbo from Louisiana. It's not the same, don't taste the same. They have forms of gumbo in South Carolina as well. I wish people stopped doing that. They everything we make and cook, well, there's a tribe in Africa who had the same thing. Well, how come it don't taste the damn same? It just doesn't taste the same. Well, let's stop all this. We're not lending out our culture to everybody. That's a form of erasure. That's not unity. They're not doing that to form some kind of big unified coalition. That's to erase us, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all to understand the play.
I wish I could just watch live sports.
See, they Africanize to immigranize. You know what I'm saying? They try to immigranize us. They always think, well, Africans in America, enslaved Africans in America, because it shifts our identity from being the founding people of this country to us being some type of diaspora immigrant style category. We're not immigrants in any sense of the word. People keep trying to crowbar an immigrant narrative onto us. I've been hearing terms like involuntary migrants. Oh, stop it. No, we're not. We're not nothing like an immigrant. There's nothing immigrant about us. Nobody immigrates into slavery and subjugation. Nobody immigrates into that.
Shout out
also,
to Tariq
people
Nasheed.
always leave out the fact of the Black indigenous aspect of our history.
Tariq Radio.
That's a real thing. There were
On
Black
YouTube,
indigenous people
X.
here. We've mixed in with the indigenous people. That puts an extra layer of uniqueness about our lineage. Because
Is he the leader of FEA? No, he is a leader.
All of this, we're just
FEA.
foreigners. We got here at a certain
it's more about
age
our
and we're just
lineage.
foreigners running around. That's just not true. This is why so many white explorers utilize Black people as guides. We knew this land too damn well for us to be recent immigrants or recent arrivals. We were the guide showing these people where to go, how to get over certain mountains, how to get to certain areas in the West. James Beckworth, there's a place called Beckworth Pass out here near California in the Sierra Nevada mountains, where this foundational Black American brother showed some of the Europeans how to get to California safely through the Sierra Nevada mountains.
It was considered
How the hell we
pretty
know all this
standard.
shit?
In fact,
You know what I'm-
Obama was criticizing George Bush because George Bush wasn't hard enough on undocumented immigrants, illegal crossings.
Did I show
That's
it?
what they were running on. They were running on Republicans are soft because Republicans want corporations to be able to hire these people so they can pay them less money on labor. Now, when I say it,
You go to the beginning.
Bush administration has done nothing to control the problem that we have.
All this is fair
5
use.
million undocumented workers come over the borders since George Bush took office. It has become an extraordinary problem. And the reason the American people are concerned is because they are seeing their own economic position slip away. And oftentimes, employers are exploiting these undocumented workers. They're not paying the minimum wage. They're not observing worker safety laws. And so what we have to do is create a comprehensive solution to the problem. Now, I have already stated that as president, I will make sure that we finally have the kind of border security that we need. That's step number one. Step number two is to take on employers. Right now, the employer has more of a chance of getting hit by lightning than be prosecuted for hiring an undocumented worker. That has to change. They have to be held accountable. And when we do those things, I believe that we can take the undocumented workers, the illegal aliens who are here, get them out of the shadows, make sure that they are subject to a stiff penalty, make sure that they're learning English, make sure that they go to the back of the line so they're not getting an advantage over people who came here legally. And when we do that, I think that we can.
Notice, to those that came here legally, but no mention of foundational Black Americans that was already here. They hate our history. Haters.
Instead of shedding all this heat, start shedding some light on the problem, and we can once again be a nation of laws and a nation of immigrants. That's what I intend to do as president of the United States.
What a racist person this Obama is. God, he was so racist. Jesus. He won his primary though, didn't he? You realize that was only, 19 years ago? That was Barack Obama running on. See his stance on immigration? And Hillary was just as bad, if not worse.
Worse.
Well, just as good, if not better. Depending on how you look at it. Yeah, all of the Democrats were racist this way.
That was a kind of abstract
Just goes to show you
mathematics.
how
Logic
thick the
right there.
propaganda is. This was the political positioning of the Democratic Party not even 20 years ago. And until, recently, it was considered pretty standard. In fact, Obama was criticizing George Bush because George Bush wasn't hard enough on undocumented immigrants, illegal crossings. That's what they were running on. They were running on Republicans are soft because Republicans want corporations to be able to hire these people so they can pay them less money on labor. Now, when I say it, when I stand on it, nobody understands what I'm talking about. Everybody's like, what's he talking? It's crazy. I got people trolling me for saying what Obama said 19 years ago. Well, it was racist when he was saying it. It was and it's racist now. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. That's what it is. Now, see what it is that the narrative has changed. And now the Democrats are in on exploiting labor. I mean, you heard it all the time. I mean, I hate to use your girl Jasmine Crockett as an example. What she keeps saying? What, you want to work? You want to work in the fields? You want to work in the farms? That what you gonna do? We send our children to college. Like 20% of Black Americans get college degrees, like 20, 30%. That's just elitist shit. What about all the Black Americans that don't get college degrees, Jasmine Crockett? She didn't give a shit about them. She knows they're gonna have to compete with these people. What about all the blue-collar Blacks? Non-existent. These people they don't even know who they are. These people do not matter to the Democratic Party. But they were very much up front, very publicly saying things like, we need somebody to pick the vegetables. Who's gonna fold the sheets at the hotels? I don't know, fam. I don't know if you've been in small towns across America. All types of people work at hotels and in the service industry. Yeah, all types of folks work fast food. They used to. Once upon a time, like when I was coming out, I worked at a Roy Rogers. Mrs. Black worked at a Burger King. No, Roy Rogers went to the Roy Rogers too. We both work fast food. Now we can't even get those jobs. You know why? Grown-ass adults are doing those jobs. Yeah. Mostly immigrants.
Mostly immigrants.
I'm just pointing out the audacity of these Democrats and these operatives and these Pan-Africanists who got a problem with
Pan-Africanists is the worst.
Yeah, but once upon a time, it was the Democrats shitting on Republicans for being too
Malcolm
lax
X said-
because they saw them exploitive in trying to displace the working class. And you know what?
You are
I have
the
had people who told me that their parents, like white folks who watched the show, you know, whose parents left the Democratic Party for this reason. They said they no
Raise your
longer the
kid.
party of working class white people because they gave up. They like the reasons why a lot of working class white people stayed with the Democrats was because they had a understanding of defending workers. But if you allow a new underclass to come in and
Tim Black.
disrupt the economy and disrupt labor,
He's preaching right now.
that's not helpful to the working class. So that's how we have this sort of shifting where people are looking at what was considered the corporate.
Hit that like button, subscribe, and share.
Republicans were supposed to be the corporate ass kissers.
I'm gonna put a link in the
Then became
description.
the rise of neoliberalism, globalism.
Let's analyze
What
this.
actually did happen under Obama. Like this.
Let's have
started
real
to switch.
conversations instead of
We end up with
how
what? We end up with Democrats
ignorant racism
who are more
is.
corporate than Republicans.
Was Trump bragging about being the king of the jungle,
Yeah.
or was he more concerned about showing Barack and Michelle as being
And we
monkeys?
got people that go along with it. I don't go along with it.
I think it's
Somehow he
the
can
latter.
believe that but the entire position is to let them all in.
I think he was more proud of being the
They
king.
thought it was politically viable. The position against the Republicans and Obama.
Meanwhile, y'all want to
called
march
right?
because no more
They took that
ML
position because they didn't want to
Kings.
agree with the Republicans, I believe. So they had a position that was different from the
Like black
Republicans.
people don't have kings.
It does. I don't even know if they believed it.
Like all black
They wanted
men
to be an opposed
should
to-
be queens.
and that's pretty much what you get from
That's some
Democrats
gay ass.
and Republicans.
Insert your
Democrats on one side of an issue, Republicans
rated R word dead,
automatically
right?
pivot to the other side of the issue.
And if I say it in a nice way,
I think that's all that changed. I think
like Tim
the
Black's
influx
kind of
of
doing,
immigrants have made their number one constituency.
y'all still
become
want to act like y'all don't understand.
Latinos and Black Americans are cooling off to the Democratic Party. It's just so long that you can lie to people and do a carrot and say, chase the carrot, chase the carrot. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry, we're going to do some police reform. You know, and meanwhile, black people are like, what's up with the economics? They're like, hold on, we be right with you. Be right with you. What y'all want over here? Y'all want something else? Oh, here goes some ABT cards. Here goes a place to stay. Here goes some keys to a couple businesses you can open up. Okay, what you want again? What about the economics? Okay, we right with you. What are you looking for? Jewish person, Israeli person? What can I hold? Need some money? Here you go. There you go. Okay. There you go. Hope everything's fine. All right. I'm sorry. What were you wanting, black people? We was talking about money in our schools and our poverty and our suicide rate and our overdose rate. Oh, well, hold on a second. Be right there. Yes, Ukrainians? Yeah, Ukrainians. How are you? Okay. Good to see you too, man. Look, take some money. You know,
He's,
and when you need more money, come holler at me.
He's explaining benign neglect.
To hook you up. Woo.
He's explaining benign
Black
neglect.
is like,
They neglecting you. He's explaining benign neglect.
"What enough to Democrats? I'm done with you. Tired of you. Treat me like a second class. Hold on a second. You need something else? Oh, ice. Oh shit. Hey, look, everybody, we need to get out of here up there with this ice shit. Black people, stop being selfish. We need you to come on, put on your boots. Let's go out of here and help the immigrants. Come on. Come on. Come on. Jesus Christ. So self-centered. We need to get out of here and help Jorge and Maria. Damn it. Let's go it. Jump to it. Front lines. Front lines. And that, my friends, is what has changed. Some Black Americans got tired of the bullshit. And what a beautiful thing that happened on the internet is that those Black Americans that weren't tired of it have become tired of it because they are consuming content that gives them information. And from that information, they form their own conclusions. Look, us influencers online, I mean, you know, we don't tell people what to believe. We tell you what we believe, right? We don't have any influence. Not really. You can't change someone's opinion. They change it for themselves. And what's been happening is giving information, people looking at what's going on in the world, they've been forming their own opinions. They want to blame Tariq Nasheed for FBA. They want to blame Yvette Carnell for ADOS. Not too long ago, they were blaming Black Lives Matter for Black identity extremists. There's Black people that were identifying themselves extremely. Well, in reality, what it is it's just people being disgusted with the current condition and situation of Black Americans in the country who demand more. So it's not us. We're not making people wake up. People are waking up because the situation is so shitty. Yeah, people that are happy and things are going well, you know, they're not upset. Yeah, when you're Jay-Z and Beyonce, when you're doing well, why would you want anything to change? It's the people that aren't doing well. And so many people are not doing well. We got Black Americans who never rebounded from the housing crisis. You understand it? We got people that lost their homes in 2008, 2009, who never got their houses back. We got businesses, Black businesses that closed down during the pandemic that never reopened. Never reopened. More Black businesses closed down during COVID and never reopened than any other group in America, Black businesses. So people say what changed? I think one of the things changed is we had it up to here. Up to here. Instead of having a solution for that, you know what we get? We get blamed for having or feeling like we're tired of the bullshit. Yeah. So that's what's changed. Look, man, we're getting somewhere.
Shout out to Tim Black, Tariq Nasheed, Jason Black, Professor Black Truth, Water God TV, Black Squad, Killer Kenyatta, excuse me, Kenyatta Black. I got to include some of my comedians, because we ain't scared to tell y'all the truth. I'm not really a comedian. Photo Thamp is a dungeon master. Call me the dungeon master. Take y'all on a journey. Go slay the head of a dragon. We know who the dragon is. It's not Trump. Trump just enjoying his last 3 years as the president of the United States. Let him have his fun. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, y'all want to argue about dumb still, right? The Epstein files. Whatever happened to the Hugh Hefner files, right? Is Bill Cosby on the Epstein's files? That's what they're going to say next. You know what I mean? And probably, and it's going to be an African or Tether saying it. Or Pan-Africanist American, right? Umar Johnson, right? Where your seeds at, yo? You want to teach everybody else's kids where your seeds, nigga? You know what I'm saying? That's what we talking about. Tired of donating money to you to build a school when all we needed you to do was just come around, hang out, have a barbecue, sit, plan, and get it done. That's what King Randall doing down in, I think, Atlanta. Shout out to him. Right? But y'all keep going on this pro-blackity black. Y'all the ones talking about some pro-blackity black. The white Antifa versus the white KKK, the Democrat, the white anti-racist Democrat versus the white KKK Republican. And we caught in the middle. That's the most ignorant shit I've ever heard in my life. You know what I'm saying? If we done playing those games, I'd rather play, Final Fantasy. Right? I'd rather play Mario Kart with my seed. And then teach them some real statistics, some weird actuary science, should I say, some real calculus. But I'm starting off with the abstract, the logical theory, or thinking, the art of it. Zero hate, one love, or one God, or God first. Once you start slowing it down, listening to the true understanding of what non-binary actually means. It's a wavelength. It's a sine and cosine merging together to give you different sounds, vibrations. These are the real vibrations. It's what give you the color. Red, blue, green, either on a black or white canvas. 4 color theory with 5 dimensions. Are y'all really ready to learn yet? Tired of playing y'all little dumb games. I'm gonna unfriend you. You already did, right? But if you really ready for this movement, hit the like button, subscribe, share. In the comment section, Volo, we with you. Let's do this. Let's stop playing their game. They playing that whack game. That rap game. We over here spitting real lyrics. The kind of bars that make you think, right? We can count the dough or kick a flow. Chill out watching videos. Acting really silly, yo, but really though, all that can end. Nothing's guaranteed, right? Whether at the bars with superstars, cruising in the Cooper car, really don't care who you are. All I really need is a friend. Send me a friend request, right? If you can't have trust, you can't hang with us. We respond to those that show respect with respect. We respond, we connect on the same deck, same intellect. Shout out to the teacher, right? We'll be back with more. I just figured I jumped on to see how this come out. And, you know what I mean? If it's like, are you talking about me? Yeah, I'm talking about you. Right? But now you want to seek revenge. Unfriend me, all right? That's a cool way to seek revenge. Right? The goal isn't to seek revenge. Like, that's not what reparations represent. Reparations represent a debt that's owed so that we can rebuild from all of the chaos and neglect and ignorance that my people go through. So what we still trying to do is share love with you. Zero hate, one love. One God, our Father, all the time, hip hop life, love one. Or one love, one love. Be happy just to have just one love, one love, one love. God is love, hip hop is life. Time is precious, yo. Stop using it to hate all the time. Money. First, you got to understand management, business. Then we can get to the economics. All right. Manage your life. Because it's hip hop, that's the art of making the most out of life. You can call it economics if you want. But if you ain't trying to reciprocate or give reparations to, or stop trying to burn down what we building over here, We will defend ourselves. FYI, we will defend ourselves. This has been another Volo TV. I went 45 minutes. I didn't mean to go that long. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope I got at least one like button. I'll be back with more Dragon Quest. I'd rather play a cool video game and get on y'all about all that hate. Y'all really do got to stop all that hate. Tell them, Killer Priest, tell them how to do it. Here it goes.
The government tell us we woke, and at the same time sell us the dope. That leads to heart failures and strokes. Where do we start? Do we believe what the elders wrote, or the ones who watch through a telescope? The Illuminati Cyclops, beast mark on every coast. The head of a cult, the devil goat, that sits in a drum circle like a hippie, dressed